So this video is just going to be a talk through of how I did my makeup today, and a lot of the products that I used today are from the video that I just posted last maybe a couple weeks ago, my shopping haul of new products that I bought. So it's just going to be a talk through of just showing you guys how I did my makeup and what I really think of the products that I did purchase. So if you guys are interested in seeing that, keep on watching. So we're just going to get started into this makeup look that I don't even know what I'm going to be creating today, but I just really wanted to play around with some makeup, some new makeup that I have. And I just want to start by saying I have already kind of prepped my face. My face is clean, and I've moisturized and everything. And lately I have been mixing my moisturizer and this Derma-E Essentials Radiant Glow Face Oil by, it was the collaboration with SunKissed Alba, which I did show in my last video when I was talking about the products I just got. But I mixed these two. I do like 3 tiny drops into like 1 squirt of this, and then I just applied it on my face, and it all just really just soaks in so good. And I've been really liking it. Like, I really was kind of skeptical of using an oil because I have oily skin, but I've actually noticed that it has combat as much oil as I usually produce, and instead I don't get as shiny or anything. So I'm actually liking the combination I've been using to moisturize my face. It really has been leaving my skin like super soft, and I'm definitely going to be buying that oil from now on. I actually used it on my skin today, and I can kind of see a little bit of the gold flecks on my skin. So I'm really excited to keep using that and just to continue to see the results that it's been giving me and what else it will do. So I already prepped my face. Go ahead and clip my hair up, get it out of my face so it's not like in the way. So I'm going to start with priming my face with these NYX Total Control Drop Primer Drops. I have kind of used some of these products already, and this is one of them, and I really like this primer so far. It really feels kind of like silk when I apply or like blend it in with my skin. I really love the texture that it gives my skin. It just feels silky. If you get these drops, or if you have these drops already, you'll know what I'm talking about. And I really feel that it works best with the foundation, because I have tried a little bit other primers with the foundation I'm going to be using today, and I just really think that the primer works best with it. I think I get the best results when I use the primer with it. So I don't know if you guys can tell, but there is kind of like a little cast, a white cast on my face. That's one thing I did notice about the primer, which you probably can't tell on camera, but there is like a slight cast on my face, but I really don't care because I'm putting makeup on top of it. So I don't know when it comes to like the flash test if that will show you, like, you know, if that will come through the makeup, but I do know at first there is like a slight cast on your face. So if you're not taking any pictures using the flash, then maybe it doesn't matter to you. I typically don't. I like the natural light, but if you are, that may be, I don't know, something you want to look into to see if it does create like that flashback type of face when you take pictures. So since I've primed and I've prepped, I've moisturized, everything like that, now the next step is to get into the foundation. And the foundation I'm going to be using is the NYX Total Control Drop Foundation in the color Golden. And at first I wasn't sure if it was my color, but it really blends well, and it really just looks like a second skin, honestly. And you'll see that as I put this on, but I just really love like the drop concept, just kind of dropping it on your face or wherever you want. I think you can like put it on your brush or whatever you're using with it, but I just like dropping it on my face. But I'm just going to take a sponge and blend this into my skin. This is definitely something that has more of a golden undertone, I would say. It is kind of, I'm not sure how it's pulling on camera, but there is definitely some warmness in this foundation. And like I said, it feels and looks like second skin. It's very light. Now, I think you can build this foundation because when I got the foundation, it tells you on the box how many drops to apply if you want light, medium, or full coverage. I am a light coverage girl. I don't really like a full coverage foundation, so I typically just use the amount of drops that I just put on my face when I've been using this foundation. I may add like a tad bit more, but if you can see, a little kind of goes a long way, and I'm fine with that. I don't want to say consistency. Well, the consistency of it is very liquidy. It's not like a thick consistency of a foundation. It's very light and loose. So that's why I think it's very, like, you can build it to a full coverage foundation. Right now I don't need like a heavy full coverage foundation type of look, so I'm just really going for an everyday type of look. I am putting a little bit on the back of my hand to kind of just add a little bit more. You can use a brush with this. I tried a brush, but I really didn't like the way it looked on my skin. It was really kind of hard to move with a brush. So I've just been using a sponge, and I like the way it blends into my skin. It just makes me feel like it's like second skin almost, the way it blends. So this is the color Golden. If you're, around my skin tone or my complexion, this may be a good color for you to try. This was definitely just like a guessing game. I wasn't sure what color I would be, but they do have such a big color selection. So there are, to be a drugstore brand, they have such a wide variety of color range. So I'm sure you should have really no problem really even finding your color. And even if you have to mix a few, they're pretty affordable. I think this was like $8 maybe. Don't quote me, but it may have been around there, but it's very affordable. So even if you had a mix, I was going to buy two, but I just went ahead and bought one, and it just so happened to be my color. But that is the finish. It's like a satin. I wouldn't say it's matte, but I definitely think that the primer helps matte it down. I don't think it's an oily primer. I think I'm not even sure if it has oil in it, but I don't think it's an oily primer. But I think it's not like a matte, complete matte finish. It's more so of like a satin matte, and that could be the oil that I put on my skin, but it's not like a complete matte finish. On the box, it actually says a velvet matte finish, so it's not actually supposed to be a full matte. And I definitely, like, my skin feels really nice, very smooth, and I really just think it has a lot to do with the foundation as well as the primer. The primer says it delivers a matte finish with the primer, so on the box. So I definitely think those two combined give you a pretty matte finish. It's not completely, but it does have like that matte look. So now I'm going to go into concealer. I didn't get any new concealers, but I've just, normally with this makeup and what I've been using are the Shea Moisture concealer. I think this is in the color Almond, and I've been mixing it with the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. So I'll start with like this darker color first and kind of just smear that across under my eye. So I'll start blending this first. And I really like this concealer too. This isn't new, like I said. I've used this, I think, in other videos. But I really like the consistency of this. It's like a loose, not heavy concealer at all. I'm not sure what I could say would be close to this. I'm not sure what I could compare this to, but I really like this. I like this concealer. It does a really good job of brightening. It's a very like yellow like tint, and I'm really warm. I normally pull kind of warm and neutral depending, I guess, on the day. I know when I went to go with the Fenty Beauty foundation, I actually, when the lady matched me, she matched me and I pulled neutral, which I tend to don't, but I mean, I know on one way they tell you how you can tell if you're neutral or you're warm is by wearing jewelry, and if you look better in gold jewelry, then you tend to pull warm. If you look better in silver, then you're more, I think, cooler tone. I can wear both. I really think I look okay in both. I mean, I have a silver and gold watch on right now, and I think I look fine, so that would be considered neutral. So I don't know, I guess it just depends on the day or what type of foundation, but for the Fenty Beauty one, I am in neutral, so I don't know where I was going with that, but this is definitely a warmer concealer, which I don't mind because I want something warm and brightening when in these areas. So I use that concealer, and then on top I use this Maybelline one, and I don't really care for the sponge. Like, I don't use that to blend it in because I added a little bit too much. For one, there is too much product on that little sponge. Oh, I'm gonna have to take the other end to wipe that off. Used a little too much. But there's a little bit too much of that product on that sponge, so I do not use that sponge to blend out. I just use the sponge that I was using for my foundation or the previous concealer to blend that out. But I just like applying this on top because I feel like it gives it an even more brightening effect, especially under the eye, and I feel like it just hides more of my dark circles with this concealer. So I like mixing these two, and I really just focus on brightening under my eye and then the center, like right here. I don't really focus on anywhere else on my face. I just like this way better. So I'm gonna finish blending this all out. So I went ahead and finished blending that out, and it was a little too light, so I had to add a little bit more foundation underneath to kind of like calm it down a bit. But those two concealers do crease, so I definitely want to go ahead and set that underneath because I don't want it to continue creasing. So let me go ahead and set this. That's the only thing I don't really like about that. But to set my under eyes, I like to use my Sasha Buttercup setting powder, and I don't really bake. I just pat it under my eye. I just feel like this gives me the results I'm looking for. Like, I don't like, for myself, I don't like a cake face. I just like really minimal, a minimal look. Like, I don't know, as close as natural as I can be, even though, yeah, you're not natural because you're not fully natural because you're putting makeup on. But I like it to look as natural as it can be. So I don't really bake. I just like just to set underneath. And this is crazy. So I definitely, if you guys have some good concealers that are very like loose in consistency and not going to crease, please comment down below and let me know, because I would love to find one. I really like consistency and color of the ones that I use, but I don't like that they crease. So if you have one, hook your girl up and let me know down below. But yeah, I just like to set in the areas that I know it creases. And then for my overall face, I like to take my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Powder. This is a foundation powder, and this is in the color Golden Beige. And I like to take this with a just fluffy brush and just swirl that around. Ooh, has a lot of kickback. But swirl that around and just set the rest of my face just to blend everything together. Just make it look seamlessly and effortless together and just well blended. Now to get into the next product that is newer that I just got. It is the Itsmyrayeraye palette that I think is so pretty. I love the packaging first off. I love the color of the packaging. Like, it's just gorgeous. I have not used this at all, so I'm so excited to use this palette. I'm gonna start with using these colors here. I think these are like for contour. These are highlight colors or bronzers and stuff like that. So I'm gonna start off with this since we're still working on the face. And I'm just gonna first take this, well, I wanna see how, like, that's more so of like a bronzer color. And this is definitely a contour color for sure. I think I'm gonna mix this one. Oh, and they're definitely like really pigmented. But I'm gonna take this and just go ahead and lightly like bronze. Ooh, woo, that is very dark. Maybe I can just slightly use this on both sides. Picked up a little bit too much, but I think that'd be enough for the whole face. I'm just gonna slightly though kind of contour my face a bit. I love that. That's really pretty. Very pretty. I really like that. That's so pretty. And it was I barely picked up any product. So I'm going to take this middle shade here and bronze up here. That other shade is a little too dark for my face, but make it work. I think if I was going for more of like a chiseled look, I would definitely be using the other one. And this one's actually a cooler tone color, more so than this one's more warmer than the other. But I think I'm just going for more of like a bronzed look. And a little trick that I learned when you're working with like your jawline, if you want that to be like come forward more and see that more, start like right here where your ear is right here. Start kind of like behind your jawbone. That's going to push that out more, and it's going to create a shadow there, so it's going to look like that's protruding more out. If you're trying to create more of a jawbone. And if you ever feel like, you know, your contour got a little too heavy or anything, you can definitely just kind of take your complexion brush, the one that you used for your overall like foundation, and just kind of like blend it a little bit within your skin. That's going to definitely kind of correct it a bit. Now, if it's just too dark of a color and you used it, and you're going to have to blend it out really good. Like, I saw that it was really dark on the side, so I kind of just had to blend it out really good. But you always can take your complexion brush and just kind of mix that in a bit so it's not too, like, too heavy, you know. But so I've got my like bronzer contour on, and for blush there, I could probably use this no, that's more of a highlight. So she doesn't have like a blush in here. So I'm gonna use my BH Cosmetics. This is not new. This is just something I've had for a while. I'm gonna take this, and I'm gonna take this like, I don't know what color this could be, like terracotta color, and just apply that on my cheeks. And lately I've kind of been liking applying it a little like the tip of my nose. I don't know why, I just like that look. But I just want to place it here, like here and here, where I place my highlighter, and then kind of bring it down a bit, but kind of up into my hairline a bit. I like that look for me personally. But got the blush on, and then we're gonna go back into that Itsmyrayeraye palette, and I'm gonna apply some highlighter, which there are some pretty highlighters in here. This one I can already tell is gonna be a little bit too light for my skin tone. I don't know if you guys can see that, but maybe as like a topper, I don't know. But this one is really catching my eye. I think I'm gonna go with this one. It's like a rose gold color. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I don't know, it's really catching my eye, and I'm going to use it. So and I'm just taking a stippling brush. Ooh, that is so pretty, so pretty. Oh my gosh, that's really pretty. It's like a I don't even know, it's definitely, you can see the flecks of gold, and you can tell there's like a pink undertone. That's so pretty. And I think it looks really good with my blush that I have on. And it's really subtle. It's not like sitting on top of my skin. Like I can tell like it's not going to enhance like the texture that I may have on my skin. Like it's just blends well into my skin. I really like that. That's so pretty. So pretty. Just gonna take some on my finger. Kind of bring some on my nose. That's really pretty. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's really pretty. Very pretty. So I'm gonna go ahead and start on my brows, which you guys have seen how I do my brows. Nothing's changed with that. So I'm just gonna skip on through that. Alright, so I'm back, and to do my brows, I did use my new e.l.f. pencil. I like it, but I think my favorite still would be the NYX one that I use. I think that one's closer to the Anastasia or Anastasia. I can never say that right, but I think it's the closest to the Brow Wiz. But I do like that pencil, and it's definitely going to be like more of my backup one, and that's the Ultra Precise Brow Pencil. But to set those brows, I am going to be using my new e.l.f. clear gel. This has the brow gel, and it also has the lashes, like if you want to apply clear gel to your lashes. It has that on the other side too, but I just use them both as a brow gel. And I always stick to using a clear brow gel. I don't like using a one that has color, because I think I get the wrong color or something, and my brows just end up looking way too dark. So I just stick to the clear, and it gets the job done. It keeps them in place. So I did that, and now I'm just going to set my face before I do my eyeshadow, which I found I have really been liking, because I noticed that if I apply my setting spray after I apply my eyeshadows tend to crease a lot more and don't last as long, like the look. So I like to do it before and just let it matte down and set and everything, and then I'll go in with my eyeshadow. So I'm using my Skindinavia the Makeup Finishing Spray Mist, and this is for oil control. So I'm just gonna go ahead and set my face. Y'all, this makes me so mad. I was just like, I had finished up my eyes. I went to go check my camera just to make sure that it was filming, and it didn't film not a thing. So I just had to take off this eye so I can show you guys what I did to create this eye, which makes me so mad. But so I'm using it's my Rayediant palette, and oh, that makes me so mad. But I just use more pinkier colors, as you can tell, and I'll go ahead and get back into this so I can show you guys what I did. I focused more so on the matte shades and used, you know, the shimmer just on my lid and like to highlight, but let me go ahead and show you guys how I did that. So to start, I took this color, the color Pancake, which is more of like a taupe color, and I'm using that to just set everything, use as like my transition color. And then beside it, I'm taking the color Mousse on a fluffier brush and just focusing it on my crease. And these colors are So I'm going to be using this Voluminous Lash Paradise mascara from L'Oreal. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply that to my lashes. Alright, so I finished up the look. I also applied some lipstick, and all I did was take this lip gloss and this pencil. This is the e.l.f. Lip gloss in Scott, and I just mixed those two together and applied that on my lips. But I also applied some eyeliner as well from e.l.f., the black one, and finished up the look. So this is the overall look, and I really like it. A little bit up here, but I really like it. I really like all the products that I got, and I can't wait to play around with everything a little bit more and see what I can do. Don't forget to thumbs up this video if you liked it, and if you'd like to see more videos like this, comment down below and let me know. Don't forget to subscribe and follow me on Instagram. I'll link everything down below, and I'll probably put my handle somewhere in this video. But thanks for hanging out with me today, and I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!